Good evening, I'm Alex, and welcome to America Headlines. Tonight, we begin with a story that has captured global attention. President Donald Trump is on a state visit to the United Kingdom, where he is meeting with senior British officials as well as members of the royal family. The visit is being closely watched, not only in Washington and London, but across the world. This marks a significant diplomatic event, as full state visits hosted by the British monarch are rare and carry deep symbolic weight. They are often seen as moments that highlight the strength of historic alliances. In this case, it underscores the centuries-old relationship between the United States and the United Kingdom, two nations often described as having a special relationship. President Trump, accompanied by First Lady Melania Trump, touched down in the United Kingdom earlier this week. Their arrival was followed by a grand welcome ceremony at Windsor Castle. The couple was officially greeted by members of the royal family, including Prince William and Princess Kate, before a traditional inspection of the ceremonial guard. Such ceremonies are not just for show. They represent a continuation of long-standing diplomatic traditions that emphasize mutual respect between nations. For the British public, these spectacles are part of the pageantry of monarchy. For American viewers, they signal the importance of maintaining strong international partnerships. Observers noted the warmth in the greetings exchanged, suggesting that the meeting was both cordial and carefully choreographed. Analysts point out that, in moments like these, every handshake, every gesture, and every public statement carries symbolic meaning. White House officials have described this trip as a milestone visit, timed to coincide with the lead-up to the United States' 250th anniversary of independence. They say it is an opportunity to highlight the shared history between the two nations, as well as the values of democracy, freedom, and cooperation. A major focus of the visit is on technology partnerships and nuclear cooperation. According to insiders, both governments see this as a chance to deepen collaboration in cutting-edge research and development. With global competition in technology intensifying, both Washington and London are seeking to ensure that the US-UK partnership remains strong and innovative. Beyond the official announcements, this visit is also about reassurance. With global uncertainty in areas such as security, trade, and climate change, both sides want to send a clear message: the alliance remains firm. One of the central moments of the trip is the meeting between President Trump and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. The two leaders are scheduled to discuss a wide range of issues, including defense cooperation, digital security, and energy partnerships. Analysts say these conversations are particularly timely. With international tensions rising in several regions of the world, the United States and the United Kingdom are looking for ways to demonstrate unity on the global stage. Economic discussions are also expected, with both sides eager to explore opportunities for trade and investment. While full details of their talks have not yet been made public, officials from both governments stress that the discussions are constructive and forward-looking. Like many high-profile visits, this one has not been without criticism. Demonstrations have taken place in several British cities, with protest groups voicing opposition to U.S. foreign policy and aspects of President Trump's leadership. Local authorities have reported a handful of arrests linked to protest activities, though officials emphasize that the vast majority of demonstrations have been peaceful. Security services remain on high alert throughout the visit to ensure the safety of all involved. Observers note that public protests are not unusual during state visits. They are part of democratic expression in open societies. The British government has reiterated that while peaceful protest is a protected right, any disruptions that cross legal boundaries will be addressed by law enforcement. In some instances, critics have used large displays and projected messages onto landmarks to express dissent. Authorities quickly responded to these incidents, stressing that security around royal residences remains firm. An interesting detail noted during the visit has been the physical presence of the visiting couple. According to the president's latest official medical exam, he stands at 6 feet 3 inches tall, the same height as Prince William. The First Lady, Melania Trump, measures 5 feet 11. These small but symbolic comparisons have drawn attention in media coverage, with commentators noting the visual impact during photo opportunities. Though height itself carries no diplomatic significance, appearances matter in state visits. Photographs and televised moments are broadcast around the world, shaping public perception. These visual cues, the settings, the attire, the gestures, are part of the theater of diplomacy. To fully understand the importance of this state visit, it is worth considering the broader context of US or UK relations. The two nations share a long and complex history. Once a colonial relationship, the United States and Britain went from adversaries in the 18th century to close allies in the 20th and 21st centuries. Together, they fought in 2 world wars, stood side by side during the Cold War, and continued to coordinate closely through NATO and other international organizations. The phrase special relationship has often been used by leaders on both sides of the Atlantic to describe this bond. It refers not only to military and economic ties, but also to cultural, linguistic, and political connections. From intelligence sharing to joint ventures in space exploration, the partnership touches nearly every sector of public life. This visit, therefore, is not just a diplomatic courtesy, it is a reaffirmation of this special bond at a time when alliances worldwide are being tested. Reactions to the visit have been mixed. Supporters see it as a valuable reaffirmation of friendship between two powerful nations. They argue that state visits help solidify economic and military cooperation, while also fostering cultural exchange. Critics, on the other hand, question whether the symbolism outweighs the practical outcomes. Some argue that without concrete trade agreements or binding treaties, such visits risk being more about pageantry than substance. In interviews conducted on the streets of London, some citizens expressed excitement about the spectacle of a state visit, noting the unique opportunity to witness diplomatic history. Others voiced frustration, pointing to concerns about policy differences between the two governments. The involvement of the royal family adds a unique dimension to the visit. While the monarchy does not directly set government policy, its role in hosting state visits is central to Britain's diplomatic image. For many observers, the presence of the royals highlights the blending of tradition and modern politics. The monarchy's hospitality sends a message of respect and honor, even when political debates remain contentious. Images of the President and First Lady being welcomed by Prince William and Princess Kate were widely circulated, underscoring the ceremonial weight of the occasion. As the President's schedule draws to a close, he is expected to return to the United States later this evening. Before his departure, he attended a private luncheon with senior officials, followed by a brief meeting with business leaders. Security officials have stated that the visit, despite some disruptions, has been carried out smoothly. The final leg of the trip is expected to be uneventful, with the President's departure carefully coordinated by both U.S. and British authorities. Diplomatic analysts suggest that the real test of this state visit will not be in the ceremonies or the speeches, but in the months to come. Will the promises of cooperation on technology, defense, and trade translate into concrete policies? For now, both governments are eager to highlight the positive symbolism. With America preparing for its 250th anniversary and Britain navigating its own domestic and international challenges, the visit represents a moment of continuity in uncertain times. That concludes tonight's edition of America Headlines. We will continue monitoring President Trump's return from the United Kingdom, and we will bring you any breaking developments as they happen. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Alex. Stay informed and stay connected.